My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Dave Chappelle's newest comedy special, The Closer. And it's another year, another controversial Dave Chappelle comedy special. I figured I might as well watch it now before it gets taken off of Netflix because I guess people are actually advocating for that, which is just... it's so pathetic, but whatever. I like Dave Chappelle. I haven't seen his old show, but I've seen a few of his other comedy specials, and the guy's a funny dude. The guy's naturally funny, he's willing to say things that other people aren't, which I really respect, and even though I might not agree with him on everything, I'm always entertained by him, and that's definitely the case here. Talking about comedy specials is difficult because you can say it's funny, and then you can quote the comedy special, but it's difficult to do much more than that. But I will say that I found this comedy special to be really funny. There's a few times where I laughed really hard, and he just has a great way of telling stories. Like, he's telling this story about a woman that's following him to his vehicle, and then she approaches him and she's like, "Why do you hate women?" and all that. And he goes like, "Bitch, leave it in the comments section. This is real life." And then he drives off. I love that. That's awesome. I think that's amazing. But I also love the fact that he's willing to tell it how it is. In this day and age where people are afraid of speaking simple biological truths, that a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and people are afraid of saying that in fear of being cancelled or censored, it's just refreshing to see someone stand their ground and say it, and say that they agree with J.K. Rowling. I just really admire that. I love the fact that Dave Chappelle is willing to call out the mob that attacks and tries to ruin people's lives. I love it. Everyone's just like, oh, well, actions have consequences, words have consequences, so let's destroy their lives. And I think it's such a toxic mentality that everyone's buying into on both sides, and it's just no good. Social media has destroyed us as a society. I'll die on that hill. I deleted my Twitter a few months ago, and it was the best decision I ever made. It is not healthy. But anyways, and I love the fact that he's still to this day willing to say that he's with Kevin Hart. What happened to Kevin Hart a few years back, I still think is awful. The guy landed his dream gig. The gig that he always wanted ever since he was a kid. And he worked his way up to getting that gig. And then people pulled up some bad treats from his past and they ruined his dream just like that, without any care in the world. It's wrong, and it's starting to happen all the time now. And people who are just jumping on the hate bandwagon for this comedy special without even watching it, it's so obvious because if you actually watch it, the last 10 minutes he tells a really sweet story and he just ends it with a great, impactful moment. The story that he tells in the last 10 minutes shows that you might not always agree with people and their mindset and how we view the world, but at the end of the day, we're all human, and that empathy is what's going to keep us going as a society, as a civilization. And the fact that people are apparently watching this and saying that he's just a hateful person aren't even clearly watching it. It's just that blatant and obvious. There's also this section where he's talking about the Me Too movement, and just where that entire section ends off, I thought was hilarious. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. There were moments where I started to feel that it was dragging and it was starting to feel repetitive, but for the most part, this is a really entertaining comedy special. I laughed. I like the fact that Dave Chappelle is willing to go to those places. It doesn't have the creativity or the artistic vision that, let's say, Bull Bunham Inside has, but I still thought this was a really good comedy special. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10. Okay, have you watched Dave Chappelle's newest comedy special? And if so, then tell me in the comment section down below why you're such a bigot. Honestly, you should be ashamed of yourself. You homophobic, transphobic, xenophobe, racist, scumbag, Trump supporter, I hate you. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for some more videos soon, and Gavin out.